School is back and Met Report has everything you need to know. A new children's book is out with expletives in the title.
And we'll tell you why former Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi was in Denver.
Plus, it's going to start getting dark earlier, how to stay safe on campus. Next.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Met Report. I'm AnnaLisa Blanco.
And I'm Anthony Kustura. As school begins, getting to campus early or leaving late doesn't really seem problematic, but as fall and winter approach, reporter Ro Baker explains how you can stay safe on campus. Take a look.
Have you ever walked through these streets completely confident that you would make it safely to your next destination? Whether it would be your car, the light rail, or your next class. Or have you been texting and talking on your cell phone, thus being unaware of your surroundings?
You know, when you start getting into the fall hours, it does get darker earlier, which is going to be something that our students really want to be aware of.
But when it comes to night classes, it's kind of uncomfortable as far as getting to the light rail station and not having anybody to walk with and just being alone.
As we begin classes here at Auraria, it is very important to keep in mind campus safety.
The problem we have a lot of the time, the biggest crime on campus are crimes of opportunity. Try to stay in groups. Try to stay with someone from your class or someone that you know that can help walk you to your car, because there is safety in numbers.
Auraria Police also works closely with the Facilities Management Department to maintain building security and key control.
So we provide additional services that will help keep people safe, getting them from classroom to their cars. After 10 o'clock, then the police department takes over and provides additional service.
The Auraria campus has a lower crime rate than both CU Boulder and CSU Fort Collins. However, it still possesses a percentage of instances that occur more frequently during the fall and early spring semesters. This is Ro Baker for the Met Report.
From stress to tests, homework, and everything else, there's a lot to manage when in school, and the last thing you need is to get sick. One of the most important things you can do is stay caught up on your sleep. The best way to do that is to be on top of your assignments, because if you don't, you could be pulling all-nighters. Second, just stay healthy in general. Eat right, party less, and wash your hands. Third, if you do get sick, please stay home. If you come to school, you will only be helping the bug travel throughout the campus. And lastly, when the time comes, get your flu shot.
We think that everybody should get a flu shot, and we should be getting about 1,000 flu shots, and we will be providing those for free to any student who has an active ID later on this fall.
Check out the Health Center's website for more information on the flu shot at www.mscd.edu/Health Center. While more financial news is on the horizon for students here at Metro State, graduate students will be taking out loans in the future, and we'll see an end to subsidized loans. In order to support funding levels for Pell Grants, a federal subsidy to aid graduate students will be eliminated, starting with loans issued after June 31st, 2012. This means that the federal government will no longer pay the interest on accruing loans issued to graduate students. These students must make a decision to pay the interest monthly, or they could be asked to be deferred and add to the balance of the loan. So in the end, graduate students will start seeing higher amounts in repayments. This should serve as a reminder for students looking to take out loans in 2012 to keep tabs on the interest that will accrue during the year.
Joining us on campus next week, thanks to the Metro State Office of Student Activities, is Alberto Gonzalez. Gonzalez is the 80th United States Attorney General, and he will be in the Tivoli Turn Hall September 8th at 11:30 a.m. Make sure to stop by and tune in for our next show to see our interview with him. Really interesting. There's been a lot of talk about him. He seems like he's a really controversial public figure, so we'll see how that plays out on campus.
I'm very honored that he's coming to our campus, too.
It'll be very interesting for sure.
Things.
Well, that book that we were talking about earlier, we sit down with the author.
And all the buzz in Hollywood, well, we've got the latest. Plus, we're giving you a men's soccer preview. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. This past week, Metro State played host to a pair of national politicians. On August 30th, 2 members of Congress took the stage at St. Cajetan's here on campus. Diana DeGette, representative from Colorado's 1st House District, and Nancy Pelosi, the House's top-ranking Democrat, were the keynote speakers for an event called the Women's Economic Forum. Following the panel, the 2 congresswomen took some time to address questions from the audience before leaving to continue on their hectic schedules. Representative Pelosi had this to say about the changes that she sees coming for small businesses.
I think that we're on the verge of something very different, where instead of saying, how can I comply with all of this, we're saying, this is how we can succeed. This is the atmosphere in which we can succeed. We're going to make our own environment for success.
This past week, Metro welcomed one author who wrote a different type of children's book. Met reporter Peter Aragon has more.
Aren't you sleepy?
Every night in American homes, parents have trouble putting their little ones to sleep. They try everything, including reading a book. Well, now one author has made a book for those parents to read after those long nights to put themselves to sleep. It's called Go the Blank to Sleep. Author Adam Mansbach was having trouble putting his own daughter, Vivian, to bed. So he went on Facebook and posted, "Look out for my forthcoming children's book, Go the Blank to Sleep." And then,
what happened after that was that I realized that although I was joking, I knew how to write that book. I knew what it would look like, what it would sound like, how it would sort of play off the genre of children's books that was out there that parents are overly familiar with. And so about a week later, I sat down and wrote it.
the book took off very quickly that the original publish date was moved up from October of this year to June. So how did one student that is a parent react to the book?
It brings a good sense of humor to the whole situation, you know, when you're tired and you want to go to bed and you just want to hang out with your husband. It makes it funny.
Adam wasn't just here for his book, but also to give advice to students about becoming an author or an artist.
You know, folks who are still in school, I tend to focus on the latter. I tend to focus on being in that bubble, making the most use of the time that you, and sort of leave the rest for later.
You can get Adam's book just about anywhere, but I thought I'd give you a sneak peek into what it's all about. The cats nestle closer to their kittens. The lambs have lain down with their sheep. You're cozy and warm in your bed, my dear. Please go Actually, you know what? Maybe you should read the book after you put the kids to bed. For the Met Report, Peter Aragon.
The book, Go the Blank to Sleep, is now in the works to becoming a movie. Make sure you look for that in theaters near you.
Parents who can't get their kids to sleep may feel like this of this next story. Jumping off buildings is not normally viewed as a good thing, but in the sport free running, it's kind of expected. Free running is a sport where you can use an urban landscape as basically a jungle gym. The sport's goal is to have complete freedom of movement. Colorado has a group of these amazing athletes called Apex Movement in both Inglewood and Boulder. Tune in next week when we give a more in-depth view of this group.
The Taste of Colorado will be having their festive celebration this Labor Day weekend. The fair offers everything from smooth jazz, arts and crafts, and several of Colorado's favorite restaurants. There are also activities for adults and children of all ages, including play equipment and carnival rides. The festive event will be taking place at Civic Center Park, and admission is free. And tickets must be used to purchase food, beverages, and carnival rides. A strip of 15 tickets can be purchased for $10. The fair only accepts cash, but ATMs are located throughout the festival grounds.
Next week, El Noticiero Metro is coming back with new stories and new exciting topics in Latino community. Tune in Friday, September 9th, right here on Comcast 54 to check out the new edition of El Noticiero Metro, with some new faces and some familiar faces as well. Really excited to have El Noticiero Metro back after they've taken a hiatus for the summer. It'll be good.
Yeah, and I'm so excited about the new editions. It'll be a fresh look.
Absolutely.
Now joining us for this week's edition of Entertain Met is Lika Bryant. Lika?
Thanks, guys. Hey there, Metro. I'm Lika Bryant with your scoop for what's going on in Hollywood and Denver. Let's start off with one of the biggest music award shows for the year. The 2011 Video Music Awards took place in Los Angeles, and for its first time, without a host. Some of the night's biggest performers included Adele, Lady Gaga, and a dance performance from Chris Brown. The night also paid tribute to the late Amy Winehouse, with Bruno Mars covering her song, Valerie. One of the biggest shockers of the night wasn't from Lady Gaga, but from Beyonce. The former Destiny's Child member revealed that she is pregnant. This will be the first child for both Beyonce and Jay-Z. From the stars of Hollywood to the stars of Broomfield, local stars have been paired with professional dancers to compete in a dance fundraiser modeled after the hit TV show, Dancing with the Stars. The Broomfield Community Foundation will be holding the fundraiser on September 23rd, featuring Broomfield's own residents on the dance floor. Tickets for students are only $20. For more information, visit broomfieldfoundation.org. And speaking of the original Dancing with the Stars, the new celebrity cast has been revealed. Check out the stars like David Arquette and Christine Cavallari put on their dancing shoes and compete at September 19th at 8/7 Central on ABC. And last but not least, our very own AnnaLisa Blanco is bringing us an eMed exclusive with an Orange County housewife.
Mrs. Vicky, Mrs. Woohoo! Woohoo! So what brings you here today?
You know what, my best friend from high school, her daughter is a Bronco cheerleader, year number 2, so I came out to support her this weekend. Go to the game tomorrow night, we're going to be the Flag Girls, so really excited about this.
Yeah, and you're going to do your woohoo at the game.
Absolutely, going to do it. Yeah.
Is this your first time in Colorado or seeing a Broncos game?
Actually, Michael went to school here at Boulder, so we've been coming to Colorado for 5 years. My first Bronco game though, so really excited about it. It'll be fun. We're doing a girlfriend weekend.
That's
Mother-daughter.
Right. Girls weekend.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the pictures behind you?
Oh, they're gorgeous. I'm just so proud of Jenna. She's my girl up there. So
She's right there?
The cowboy hat, yeah.
Oh, she looks so cute.
She's just darling.
Yay.
So I've known her since she was right out of the womb, so just love her to death.
Well, that is just really exciting. There's so much going on in Hollywood, and I know everyone was talking about Beyonce announcing her pregnancy at the VMA. It's really big news.
I loved how she revealed it.
It was very
good. Without just saying it on the red carpet and just wait until after her performance. Good job, Beyonce.
Who needs an invitation when you have a national platform to do it?
That's right.
Very exciting. Well, not everyone is loaded like the housewives of OC, like you saw Vicky in that last clip. And if you're looking for some good deals, reporter Kelly Matzner has just that.
With the fall semester underway, Metro students find themselves facing a high number of financial obligations. From tuition, book purchases, and even parking, students are in need of a good deal now more than ever. The following are some great options for fun on a budget. By showing your student ID at Chipotle Mexican Grill, you'll receive a free soda with the purchase of a meal. Also, Brooklyn's restaurant at the Pepsi Center offers 20% off of your total bill when you show a current student ID. This also includes alcohol purchases. And last but not least, Elvis Cinemas offers great movies at a low price. Tickets are $2.50 before 6 p.m. and $3.50 after 6 p.m. You can check showtimes and locations at www.elviscinemas.com. So take a break from studying, save some money, and have some fun. For the Met Report, I'm Kelly Matzner.
Thanks, Kelly. Always really exciting to have good deals for students near and on campus. Really good.
I mean, those were great deals. I might go to Brooklands right after this. Well, when we come back, Peter Aragon fills us in for Met Report Sports. Back in a moment.
The Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference is one of the most historic college organizations in the United States. Founded in 1909, the RMAC has a membership of 14 colleges and universities, making it one of the largest conferences in the country. The RMAC is also one of the most successful. During the past decade, more than 30 RMAC teams have won national championships. The Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference, continuing the tradition of excellence.
Welcome back, and now joining us on desk for Met Report Sports is Peter Aragon.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing just fine.
Well, so do we finally get to talk about Natasha Moloch, excuse me?
You know, we've been promising that for the past 2 weeks, and yes, we will finally talk about her.
I'm Very so excited.
Yes. Well, now it's time for another edition of Metro State Hall of Fame installment. We take a look at a person who is long overdue, Natasha Moloch. Easily, Moloch is considered to be one of the best women's basketball players in the program's history. She ranks at the top of most of the team records, including 455 career steals. Nobody is close to stealing that record from her, and in her senior season, Moloch led the team to the conference championship and the program to its 4th NCAA appearance. Moloch talked about her time here at Metro.
These experiences will be forever embedded in my memories, and I appreciate Metro Athletics for the opportunity they afforded me.
These past couple of weeks, we have given you previews about the women's soccer team and volleyball team. And now it's time to get you updated about the men's soccer team. And with their first game coming up, in the next couple hours, we better hurry up. The men's soccer team this year is picked third in the RMAC preseason coaches poll. Metro will have a key player to replace their leading scorer from last year, Stephen Emery. He graduated and now is playing with the Colorado Rapids, but they will have their second leading scorer coming back in Scott Grody. Grody was also named to preseason All-Conference. Coach Parson describes about what he expects from his team this season.
In the preseason, you drop games early. You can already start counting on not making the postseason. You need to win those games in the middle of the season when you start to get banged up and season's starting to take its toll. And then the end of the season obviously is when you start making the push to get in the postseason form. So we kind of look at it as kind of 3 blocks of the season, and you need to be productive in all 3 of those blocks.
Key matchup always for Metro is Colorado School of Mines, who was picked first in the preseason polls. They play them September 25th at 2:30 at Auraria Field. Last show, we informed you about the new name change for Invesco Field to Sports Authority Field. Well, now a lot of Broncos fans are seeing red, not because of the name change, but because of the sign on the side of the stadium. The red sign bearing the new name hangs down from the top, and many fans are complaining that it represents rival the Kansas City Chiefs. But fans can rest easy as it is only a temporary sign. As a matter of fact, it's already been removed. The permanent sign will have the colors of the Broncos uniform and will include the name at Mile High on the sign.
Congratulations to Natasha. She is really representing female sports.
She really is, and I'm glad we finally got to her. I apologize for all those times we forgot you.
It's like you got to give credit where credit is due, absolutely. But there's always so much going on in sports. It's really interesting. It's like either the name change or we're always talking about people at Metro who have really made a difference, Stephen Emery being one of those people. And it's really great. We've really produced a lot of good athletes.
Definitely.
Exactly. With summer coming to an end, what better way to end it than with a bang and a concert? Our very own Leanna Duarte checked out the Lil Wayne I Am Still Music Tour this past week.
Hey Metro, I'm Leanne and I'm here at the KS 107.5 Back to School Jam starring Lil Wayne. This is the first time since 2009 that Lil Wayne has come back to the Mile High City. This show is going to be super awesome and I am so excited for it. Let's get this show popping.
Welcome to the 2011 Lil Wayne I Am Still Music Tour, and I am Lil Wayne.
This past Sunday, Lil Wayne closed out the MTV VMAs with a show that left his fans wanting more. Thankfully, shortly after the show, his new album, The Carter 4, dropped digitally. 2 days after the VMAs, Weezy was in the Mile High City performing for his dedicated Denver fans. Throughout the whole show, Lil Wayne repeatedly told his fans that he would not be here if it wasn't for them. In respect for him, his fans participated in an amazing display of lighters and cell phones while Weezy performed his hit song, How to Love. So if you didn't get a chance to check out Lil Wayne's I Am Still Music Tour this summer, then check out his new album, The Carter 4, on iTunes. For the Met Report, I'm Leanna Duarte.
Lil Wayne has been everywhere lately. First the VMAs, then the Mile High City.
Busy schedule.
You really have to get that money though, so he does it. He does it.
There's so many people always coming to Denver. It's really exciting for always trying to find things to do and to find out other concerts like Lil Wayne Tour or other ones, a different variety. Just visit us at www.metreport.org. We'll have all the latest on our concert calendar there.
Well, thanks for tuning in to this week's edition of the Met Report.
For Peter Aragon, AnnaLisa Blanco, Lika Bryan, and our whole Met Report staff, I'm Anthony Kustura. We'll see you on campus. Thanks, everybody.